last few days, I would say we had a great time. I had a great time. We have people from Boston, from New York. I know have people from Mobile, Alabama, and people from Florida, and from anywhere else. So what I see is that everybody seemed to enjoy it. We have people from all walks of life. We have janitors like me, and I do broom sweeping occasionally. I do cooking, so I'm a cooker, I'm a sweeper, and I'm a trainer. I train myself, and I help others, service, provide steward to others. And I did, lead breathing with everybody. And then ultimately, we all consciously vibrate together. I just had more exploration, inquiries, and studies for the last 50 over years. So I have more cases to present to everybody to see if this work, if this is work. So why that old OS is not working? We must transmit, shift from the old OS to new OS. So that's why I studied this 9 labs and plus, mainly focus on youth, focus on we can golden child, focus on -3, the young couple or young people before they get married, before they had children, or even if they never get married, they still have children, but before they have children, before they want to have children. And then how that mind really can change the future generations from the epigenetics, from the conscious expression, from the antenna, from the way of see things, the insightful of the cosmos, insightful of themselves, insightful of all that is in the universe. What I see is from the inner space, which I call the arts and the science of inner space. It is that inner space spiral, that geometry, which is art, and also which is science. How that inner spiral of geometry to give the expression of reality. The reality can be beautiful. The reality can be also stagnant, static, or downward, which is not good or bad, but one is diseased, falling, one is uplifting. As a life, as a human life, of course, we focus on human life because I'm one of the human beings. I am the humanity. So each human being, if you feel, if you sense, if you perceive, if you conceive, if you receive, that is necessary to take the responsibility of not that unique being, but the whole humanity. From that being to be the light to oneself, and that light will give inspiration to many lights that diminish the light. What I call from desperation to inspiration, from darkness to light, from self-destruction to self-enlightenment, from stupidity to wisdom. That's all it is. From smartness to wisdom, from separation, division to compassion. To really see the deep mind, to see the deep consciousness, to have the deep learning, to have not the AI deep learning, that is shadow learning. That's designed by the certain people in a certain direction. That has nothing to do with the future humanity, future AI. That's not the direction that humanity should go. The humanity need to uplifting into 2.0 and beyond. To guide the AI, to guide AGI, to guide SI in the new direction, the direction of the compassion, the direction of co-creating, the great direction of human existence, AI existence, cooperation. But the human beings must rise above. Human beings must be enlightened. Human beings must be healthy, not a diseased state, into money, into predatory economy, into cheating, into that so-called AI empire or vampire. That's what I see. Let's uplifting humanity. Left first, enlighten oneself. Wake up oneself. That's the inner space I talk about. That is inner space must be healing. Healing from the past trauma, healing from past memories, healing from generations of generations clan DNA. And from the old memories of the old information that are inherited, not just your generation, not only your ancestors' generation, the whole human collective consciousness information into your DNA, into that inner spiral motion. Because the inner spiral motion is the consciousness. The consciousness is that propagated by the consciousness, the spiral consciousness, the motion of the consciousness. That's reality. You can prove me wrong, and I'll be happy to see that. But the particle physics, the AI believes today is totally wrong direction. Does that serve humanity, or does that serve a few? So-called shallow self, so-called darker self, so-called restricted self, or smartness self, clever self. That's still self-destruction, because humanity is self-destruction. It is for that person, that is because you build the empire of vampire. It's a self-destruction too, because you are the humanity. But people don't say that. People think, oh, I'm going to destroy the world. I'm going to only want to survive. You don't. No, you don't. Don't you see? The whole humanity is yourself. You carry. You're a participator. You're not just an observer. Everybody is a participator. If you destroy everybody, you're going to be destroyed. Period. So wake up. See the inside of humanity, the inside of the cosmos, inside of life. It's not I want to save the world. No, I don't. I just want to save myself. Myself is the humanity. So let's rewrite the human story. Let's co-create new OS. Let's establish, polish our new super sense, super consciousness antenna to perceive anew, conceive anew, receive anew, with the totally flow of movement, flow of action, flow of revolution. That inner spiral, like a vortex in the universe, in the cosmos, in the galaxy, in the solar system, on the earth, and in our cells, in our molecules, in our atoms, in our quarks, in our nucleus, in our leptons, in our inner space, the infinite inner space. That is spiral motion to give the motion of the atoms, give the motion of the cells, give the motion of the DNA, to guide each one of us in terms of health, in terms of life itself. That also give the healthy body and healthy mind of that shell, which is we call ourselves. We're not only just our body, our neurons, our cells. We are our consciousness. That is unique consciousness. Each one is different uniqueness. The background, the education, the genetic. But then you have the collective consciousness. And then you have most important of all is the most fundamental consciousness, the innermost consciousness, in and out of that quantum field of the conscious matrix of the cosmos. Within the singularity, before the singularity, before the Big Bang, after Big Bang. Always exists, always will, always has. That is the cosmic. That is the original quantum field. Each one build that field transcend, keep the channel open with the cosmic field. That's what I talk about, the great pause. So we finished the 7 days. Today I did a speech. I did with the China group and the US group about next 90 days plus before we issue a worldwide great pause. Within that time, we're going to train a lot of coaches. A lot of people can do, just auditing, no problem. We start from today. US, we have Natalie is going to be in charge of the US. You can apply to be a coach if you want to. And you just do auditing, It's up to you. But the auditing is auditing. But the coach has different responsibility. You have to coordinate with all groups. You have to submit all the work. You have to be credited on all the extended training because you're responsible. You got to be trained. You got to be qualified. So there are two. This is knowledge locally, worldwide. So that's what we're doing right now. So next 90 days plus, we're going to have daily training. We're going to have weekly. I will participate weekly, sharing and teaching. And then also Natalie, and also different groups. We have 4 groups. China has 3 groups. US has 1 group. And then that group teaching, the group interaction, daily, we have daily breathing, daily practices. And we have also coaches, extended leading and interaction. So a lot of things going on. So I hope if you want to, if you have that vibration, you feel needed that vitality in your life, if you do not want to continuously to dissipate your energy, if you want to see the reality behind the reality, the reality behind the reality, if you want to see that LQC, leaps in quantum consciousness, that general kung fu reprogramming from the old OS, that scarcity, that conflict, that division, that struggle, that predatory economy, that scam, work, that bugs, that diseased state. You're welcome into the new OS. This is inevitable because a lot of things that people say AI is inevitable. This is inevitable. That is inevitable. Human beings uplifting is absolutely inevitable because the human beings evolution with LQC is right now. Not just upgrade, totally shift. That's what I see. If you see that, not just 4D, 5D, but go beyond. It's a humanity, a new civilization, a new era, with a total freedom. Not just free from disease, free from the trauma, either psychological disease or physical disease, physiological problems, disorders, but awakening the innermost intelligence to be aligned, be coherent with the cosmic consciousness, with the nature, be with the nature. You are the nature, but you divide yourself from nature. Why? Let's wake ourselves to see the true self, like Jesus, like Buddha, like Lao Tzu, like Huangdi, like many people as simple as us. Max Planck, Albert Einstein, Schrödinger, David, Roger Penrose, especially my friend John Wheeler. Yes, I'm penetrating this not only from the Chinese medicine, because which I was, Chinese medical doctor, not only from quantum physics, I studied for the last 20 years, not just physiology, I studied that in the United States, in physiology, exercise physiology, not only from the nutrition, from every aspect of that material world. But most important is the inner space, the inner world of being, the consciousness, the fundamental of the consciousness. Let's explore that. I always respect Nikola Tesla. He dreamed, he imagined, he formalized the electricity, the electromagnetic field, the power, the energy, the mechanics, the engineering. I see is consciousness. It's the innermost consciousness, in this inner space. That's what I see, the fundamental. We are together. We are all together as one. And let's stay together, co-create together. And welcome to join us. Start from today, now, anytime. Thank you. And before you leave, I just want to let you see the inner space. Sometimes sit down, just calm down, just be silent to see the inner space. Sometimes just sit down, be silent, observe the inner spiral motion. Sometimes just feel that consciousness without the contents of the consciousness, without the senses, the consciousness beyond the senses, beyond qualia, into the most fundamental consciousness, into the infinite empty space. And you see, maybe your world is changing. Maybe you can see the holographic universe, the infinite potentiality within you, the wisdom within you, the light to yourself. Thank you.